All right, Diana Steele, Eating for Energy, joining us, taking your calls today. And there's lots of people stacked up on the phone, so let's get to them right away. Thanks for being here, by the way.
Thank you.
David's on the line from Burnaby. Good afternoon, David. What's your question for Diana?
Yeah, Diana, I was just wondering, do you know anything about that new skinny pill that's making headlines all over the place?
No, I don't. Actually, I haven't heard about what's in it. So I think my biggest answer to you, if you want to take any sort of supplement, is if they're saying that it's a skinny pill, it's likely not going to be anything that's going to be a huge success. So have a look at the ingredients. You want to make sure that it's not full of any sort of thermogenic, because when you take a thermogenic, what it's doing is increasing your metabolism. When people stop taking those, your metabolism actually drops, and you end up gaining more weight than you actually lost in the first place. So I always say, there aren't any magic bullets for these things, and I'll look it up so you can call me back after the show and I'll tell you all the ingredients and what they are. But I would say that there's no magic bullet. So eat properly, exercise more.
All right, too bad. Thanks, David. And thermogenic, will it actually say that in the ingredient? Is that
not necessarily? It's things like ephedra, and if they're from the U.S., then sometimes they can sneak into products, and if people are ordering them in, then they get into Canada.
Okay. All right. Dan's on the line from Vancouver. Good afternoon, Dan.
Hi, how are you?
We're very well. Thanks for
Good.
calling. What's your question for Diana?
Diana, I'm just wondering, I had a kidney transplant 2 years ago and 2 months, and I did blood work last week, and my doctor's saying that my calcium is over the normal limit, and so they're wanting me to cut back on calcium, and I'm just wondering, almond milk, soy milk, obviously all have some levels of calcium in them, and I'm wondering if there's anything else you could recommend me putting on, like oatmeal and cereal.
Yeah, so you can actually get, and it's very rare that I would recommend choosing a soy milk or an almond milk that isn't fortified, but there are almond milks and soy milks that aren't fortified, same with rice milks. So choose one that is unfortified. I would actually ask your doctor how much is too much calcium so that you don't go too low, because you still use calcium every day for your normal bodily functions, and you also lose calcium in your urine, and the more animal protein you have, the more calcium you're hopefully going to be getting rid of, although with your kidney problems, you're maybe not getting rid of it as well as you should be. The dark green leafy vegetables and almonds also are high in calcium, but certainly the dairy products are the ones that you'd want to limit for now, and then find out your tolerable limit and choose the unfortified.
Yeah, well, good luck with that, Dan. Thanks for calling. Brendan is on the line from Richmond. Hi, Brendan.
Hi.
Hi.
My question is around fiber. As a person who's diagnosed celiac, trying to get enough fiber into my diet is a real challenge. I'm wondering if you have any sort of cheat kind of things, like some super fiber-rich combination of beans and lentils or something, just anything.
Super fiber.
Yeah, so your goal is to get 38 grams of fiber per day if you're a man, and 25 grams of fiber per day if you're a woman. And to get that can be very difficult. Fruits and vegetables are some of your best gluten-free sources for fiber, so I would definitely aim for 8 to 10 servings, which is about 4 or 5 cups of fruits and vegetables per day. And then choose those whole grains that are gluten-free. Psyllium husk also is a great way of adding some fiber. Oat bran can be a good way of getting some fiber too. Remember, oats are technically gluten-free. You just have to be prepared in a gluten-free environment, so make sure that they are gluten-free or uncontaminated. So the whole grains, and then beans and lentils and chickpeas and nuts and seeds, they're all excellent sources of fiber. So it is possible to get 38 grams of fiber per day just by eating foods, not taking supplements. But if you wanted to add some extra, add the psyllium husk, and you can lower your cholesterol too.
All right, good one. Mike from North Dan is on the line. Hi, Mike.
Hi, I was just wondering if there was any vegetables I may be lacking due to the splitting in my fingernails and toenails.
Actually, that can sometimes be linked to poor protein intake. So it might not be related to your fruits and vegetables at all. So I would look at whether you're eating meat, fish, and poultry. Also, this time of year, sometimes nails get more dried out, and getting more omega-3 fats can help with that. Also, using a moisturizer, and look at how you're caring for your nails in terms of if you're banging them a lot, then they can be chipping and things like that. So that can also cause some cracking. And sometimes it's just hereditary. If your mom or dad had nails that did that, then but look at your protein intake, and biotin, which is an egg yolk.
Okay, good one. Rita from Creston. Hi, Rita.
Hello.
Well,
I have very low sodium, very high potassium, and I was wondering if I can find something to lower the potassium.
Well, potassium is something that you would normally get rid of in your urine as well, and there are medications that cause you to retain more potassium. So if you were potentially on a blood pressure med, that could be the cause of your high potassium. Otherwise, normally your body would get rid of it. So your main thing is to reduce your total amount of potassium that you're consuming in your day, and those would be coming from fruits and vegetables. And there are a list of high potassium fruits and vegetables that you can get off the internet very easily. Some of those would be winter squash and oranges and potatoes. Well, bananas, not as high as winter squash, though, interestingly enough. But still, and even potatoes have potassium in them. So. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Well, good luck with that, Rita. And thanks to everyone for calling in. I know we're stacked up with phone calls, but we've run out of time. If you want to know more, if you have other nutrition questions, you can contact Diana, 604-739-3290, or go to her website, eatingforenergy.com. You can also follow Diana on Twitter at eatingforenergy. Thanks so much.
Thank you.